On the fifth and last day of the National Physics Lecture Series 2021, I welcome our esteemed resource person, Dr. Anil Kumar sir, and all the participants. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Anil Kumar sir for accepting our invitation as a resource person for this series. Now, let me introduce our resource person. Presently, Dr. Anil Kumar is working in the capacity of Associate Professor, Department of Physics, Hindu College, Muradabad, which is affiliated to MJP Ruhelkhand University, Bareilly. He qualified national eligibility test in 1997. He did his PhD in 2008 from MJP Ruhelkhand University, Bareilly. He has more than 60 research publications published in the Journal of High Repute. He has completed some research projects, and one research project is in hand. Dr. Anil Kumar is having vast teaching and research experience. He has attended more than 50 seminars, conferences, workshops, etc. He has organized many workshops, seminar, conferences, and recently, Dr. Anil Kumar has been selected as a principal by Uttar Pradesh Higher Education Service Commission. Sir, first of all, I would like to congratulate for this big achievement कि आपका यूपी हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन में जो है प्रिंसिपल के तौर पर आपका सिलेक्शन हुआ है और एक नया असाइनमेंट आपको मिला है. इसके लिए आपको सर ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं. With these remarks, I would like to invite Dr. Anil Kumar. The topic his talk is a liquid drop model, which is a very basic and very important topic of nuclear physics, particle physics, and subatomic physics. And topic is very interesting and very beautiful. And I hope the participants would enjoy this topic of the last day of the series. Dr. Anil Kumar, sir, please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. MP Singh ji, for giving me an opportunity to interact with the physics students. Thank you, sir. I am audible?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Today topic of my talk is liquid drop model of nucleus. As we know about atomic models, first of all is Thomson atomic model, thereafter Rutherford atomic model, thereafter Bohr model and Summerfield model. Similarly, the existence of the nucleus, several models have been proposed in which liquid drop model of the nucleus is very popular and reliable. So I have selected this. As we know, nucleus is the central part of atom in which nucleons reside, like proton, neutron, and many more. Around this central part, electrons revolve, as we all know. First of all, I would like to speak something about the properties of nucleus related to its size, shape, volume, density, and its constituents. A very important formula related to define the existence or stability of nucleus is R equal to R naught A to the power 1 upon 3, where A is the number of nucleons, means sum of the protons and neutrons. Here R0 is a proportionality constant and its value is 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 15 meter, means 1.2 Fermi or 1.2 femtometer. This is very important and basic formula, and this defines how the radius of nucleus depends upon number of nucleons, that is mass number, means how the radius of nucleus depends upon mass number. It is clear that radius of the nucleus is proportional to 1 upon 3 powers of the mass number. Something about nucleus. So the nucleus is the center part of atoms and nucleons reside in it. It is surrounded by electron cloud. The size of nucleus is between 1.6 Fermi to about 15 Fermi. These sizes are much smaller than the size of atom. One another important thing is about nucleus that most of the mass atom lies in the nucleus, because we know that electron is very light particle than proton or neutron. It is electron is approximately 1837 times lighter than the mass of nucleon. Therefore, we can say that most of the mass, or we can say total mass of the nucleus total mass of the atom lies in the nucleus. Some other properties that it is very strange that same charged particles like protons reside in the nucleus. So nuclear models have been proposed to explain how the nucleus is stable. To explain the stability or existence of the nucleus, liquid drop model, nuclear shell model, and collective model has been proposed. Stability of nucleus is due to nuclear forces. As we know type of forces like gravitational forces. Gravitational forces are due to mass of the particle. Second, Coulomb forces. Coulomb forces are due to charge of the particle. And weak forces, similar to, different from these, inside the nucleus, a new type of forces are considered. These are called nuclear forces. These forces have different properties from gravitational and Coulomb forces. The nuclear forces have properties of strongness, means nuclear forces are very strong than gravitational, Coulomb or other type of forces. Second, attractive, means nuclear forces are always attractive. This is the main point for the existence of nuclei. Charge independent. Third is charge independent, means nuclear force does not depend upon charge of the nucleus. Similar force exists between proton-proton, neutron-neutron, and between proton and neutron. This is the another important property, short range. Nuclear forces are short ranges. It exists inside the nucleus and outside the nucleus they become zero rapidly. We can say that nuclear forces exist inside the nucleus only. Saturated. This is another important properties. Nuclear forces are saturated. Another important property is spin dependent. Nuclear forces are spin dependent, means different nuclear force exist between spin particles and non-spin particles. Or more accurately, we can say that nuclear force depends upon type of the spin. As we know, two types of spin are considered: spin up, spin down. So when there are two nucleons, one has spin up and second has spin down, so the nuclear force is strong and nuclear force is weak between same spin. So this is also very important properties of the nuclear force. These are the models which describe how the nucleus exists or how it becomes stable. Liquid drop model concept is based upon following points, means how the concept of liquid drop model comes into play. The nucleus is considered equivalent to a liquid drop. The reason behind this are following points: binding energy per nucleon and binding energy per unit mass. Binding energy per nucleon in the nucleus and binding energy per unit mass in a liquid drop are same, means binding energy does not depend upon number of nucleons. Similarly, the binding energy of a liquid drop or a liquid does not depend upon its mass. Second point is density does not depend on size and shape. We know that density of a liquid or liquid drop is free from the size or shape of the drop. Similarly, the density of nucleus is also free from its size and shape. Third is nuclear force and surface tension. Liquid drop exists due to the surface tension. Similarly, the nucleus exists due to the presence of nuclear forces. Radioactivity and vaporization. We know that nuclei having number of nucleons greater than 82 lead decay naturally and spontaneously and converted into other nuclei by emitting radiation in form of alpha rays, beta rays, and gamma rays. This phenomena is called radioactivity. By this is a spontaneous process. Similarly, vaporization is also an spontaneous process for the liquids. We know that at every temperature, vaporization takes place from the liquid. Therefore, radioactivity and vaporization both are equivalent process. Radioactivity in the nucleus and vaporization in the liquid or liquid drop. Another similarity is nuclear fission and making of droplets. You know that heavy nuclei radiate radioactivity or they divided they are divided into light nuclei by emitting some energy. This process is called nuclear fission. Similar process of dividation takes place in the liquid or liquid drop. We know that heavy drop of a liquid is divided into two or more droplets. This process is also equivalent to the process of nuclear fission in the nucleus. On basis of these 5 points, the liquid drop model has been proposed. Binding energy of the nucleus. By liquid drop model, binding energy of the nucleus is successfully determined. As we know, binding energy is an energy which binds the nucleons, or this is responsible for the binding of nucleus. Binding energy of a nucleus depends upon 5 energy terms, in which first is volume energy. As we know, energy of a nucleus is proportional to its volume, and volume is proportional to third power of radius of the nucleus. From the formula R equal to R naught a to the power 1 upon 3, we can say that volume of a nucleus is proportional to its number of nucleons or number of mass number. Therefore, we can say volume energy of a nucleus is directly proportional to its mass number. EV equal to AVA, where AV is the volume constant. Another energy term is surface energy. Surface energy of a nucleus or a liquid drop is proportional to its surface area. E is proportional to surface area, so therefore E is proportional to square of the radius. From formula R proportional to a to the power 1 upon 3, we can say that surface energy is proportional to a to the power 2 upon 3. That is Es equal to minus As a to the power 2 upon 3. Here As is called surface constant or surface energy constant. An important point which I would like to explain here is at the surface of a liquid drop, the molecules are loosely bound, so that the number of molecules residing at the surface of nucleus play a negative role in the binding energy. That is, if the number of molecules are high at the surface of a nucleus, its binding energy becomes low. That is, the molecules residing at the surface of a liquid drop, similarly, the nucleons residing at the surface of the nucleus play a negative contribution in the binding energy. Therefore, here negative sign is attached in the terms of surface energy, so that Es equal to minus As a to the power 2 upon 3. In energy terms of binding energy, we have to consider whether the term is providing positive contribution in the binding energy or negative contribution in the binding energy. Another energy term is Coulomb energy. As we know, Coulomb energy is the energy between two charged particles. We know that Coulomb energy E equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 upon R, where Q1 and Q2 are two charges and R is the distance between these charges. If Z is the number of protons in a nucleus, or the number of pairs inside the nucleus will be Z minus 1 upon factorial 2. Because in a pair there are 2 nucleons. So we can say Coulomb energy is directly proportional to z minus 1 upon 2. Therefore, EC proportional to z minus 1 upon R. And R is proportional to a to the power 1 upon 3. Therefore, we have written EC proportional to z minus 1 upon a to the power 1 upon 3. Here AC is the proportionality constant, EC equal to minus AC z minus 1 a to the power 1 upon 3. Here AC is called Coulomb constant or Coulomb energy constant. The Coulomb energy also contributes negatively to the binding energy, because due to this energy the binding energy of nucleus becomes slightly down. Therefore, we have added minus sign to this Coulomb energy term. Next is asymmetry energy. Asymmetry is a term which defines the difference between neutrons and protons of a nucleus. If the number of neutrons and number of protons are same for a nucleus, so the asymmetry is 0, because Z is the Z is the number of protons and A minus Z is number of neutrons. So that symmetry defines the difference between this. So Z minus A minus Z means A minus 2Z. A minus 2Z. If Z and A minus Z are same, A minus 2Z will be 0. We know that light elements have equal number of protons and neutrons. For example, carbon, helium, and other light elements have equal number of protons and neutrons. So that asymmetry is 0. When we go ahead, number of neutrons of inside the nuclei increases than the number of protons. For example, uranium, number of protons are 92 and total nucleons are 238. It is clear that number of neutrons is very high in the uranium than number of protons. We can say that there a highly asymmetry exists in the uranium or other heavier nucleons. Therefore, asymmetry energy is proportional to excess of neutrons, square of the excess of neutrons per mass number. So EA equal to minus A minus 2Z whole square upon A, where AA is asymmetry constant. The another and last energy term is pairing energy, EP proportional to 1 upon A to the power 3 by 4, and equal to AP 1 upon A to the power 3 by 4, where AP is the pairing constant. Here AP is not asymmetry constant, it is pairing constant. Pairing between nucleons. If the number of nucleons are even, means protons are even and neutrons are even, the contribution of this energy will be positive in the binding energy. Therefore, AP is positive for EE nuclei. EE nuclei means even nuclei. It is 0 for EO or OE nuclei. Means pairing energy will be 0 if number of nucleons are even odd and odd even. Means proton and neutrons are in even odd or odd even, the pairing constant is 0, and it is negative for the odd nucleons. We know that pairing represents stability. If the nucleons are even, pairing will exist and the nucleus will be stable. Therefore, finally we can say that binding energy of a nucleus can be written in the form of this: EB equal to ABA and these other terms. Here first term represents volume energy, second term is to the surface energy, third term Coulomb energy, fourth is asymmetry energy, and fifth is pairing energy. Volume energy provides positive contribution in the binding energy, while other terms, surface energy, Coulomb energy, and asymmetry energy, contribute negatively in the binding energy. The last term, pairing energy, may contribute positive, 0, or negative, because AP may be 0, 1, and -1. Therefore, this is the binding energy determined by the liquid drop model. These energy terms are shown in this graph. Upper line represents to volume energy, and lower curves represent surface, asymmetry, and Coulomb energy. These binding energy terms are plotted binding energy per nucleon, related to binding energy per nucleon. Success of liquid drop model. The liquid drop model of the nucleus successfully explained binding energy and semi-empirical mass formula, which is also known as Bethe-Weizsäcker mass formula. We know that mass of a nucleus is always less than mass of its constituents. Means mass of a nucleus is always less than sum of mass of protons and sum of mass of neutrons. This difference in the mass means mass of the sum of the mass of nuclei and mass of nucleus is called mass defect, and it contributes to the binding energy. Therefore, mass of a nucleus can be defined as a sum of mass of constituents minus 1 upon c square of the binding energy. Putting the value of binding energy in this equation, the mass of a nucleus is written as Zmp plus A minus Zmn, and like this. So this formula is called semi-empirical mass formula, and it is very well described by the liquid drop model of nucleus. Second successful application by liquid drop model is nuclear fission. We know that dividation of a heavy nucleus into light nuclei is called nuclear fission. The well-known example of nuclear fission is
नेक्स्ट टॉपिक नहीं है
sorry 92 uranium 238 in contact of a neutron is converted into 56 barium 141 plus 36 krypton 92 plus 3 neutrons plus 200 MeV energy. This is the well-known example of nuclear fission. In this example, uranium with the interaction of neutron is converted into barium and krypton, and 3 neutrons are also emitted. Approx 200 MeV energy is produced in this process. This nuclear fission is very well explained by the liquid drop model. The heavy nucleus, when comes in the contact of neutron, it becomes excited. It produces a compound nucleus. Here 92 uranium 238 and a neutron produce 92 uranium 239 compound nucleus. This compound nucleus theory is explained by Bohr-Wheeler. This compound nucleus is not stable and exists in the excited form, and this is converted into 2 small nuclei according to our example barium and krypton. This process is similar to the decomposition of a drop into two or more droplets. Therefore, we can say that nuclear fission is very well explained by liquid drop model. Failure of liquid drop model. There are some failures of this theory, of this model. First is magnetic momenta of the nuclei. Magnetic momenta or magnetic momentum of the nucleus is not explained by liquid drop model. Excited state of nuclei cannot be explained by liquid drop model. High energy nuclear reactions are also not explained by liquid drop model. Another point is extra stability of nucleus having nucleons 2, 8, 20, 28, 50, 82, and 126. These are also called magic numbers. The nucleus which have number of nucleons equal to these numbers are highly stable. This stability could not be explained by liquid drop model. This high stability of nucleus is explained by shell model of the nucleus. This is the another model which easily explain stability of the or extra stability of the nucleus. As we know, in the atoms, when cells are completely filled, the atom is stable. For example, if the inert gas column, for example, helium. So helium has two electrons, and first orbit can have maximum 2 electrons, therefore its orbit becomes complete and helium is highly stable. Similarly, argons, neon, kryptons are other example of atoms, elements whose atoms are highly stable. Same process exists in the nucleons. The nucleons, also the same process exists in the nucleus. If the nucleus have number of nucleons equal to these numbers, their cells are complete and they perform extra stability. Another point of failure of liquid drop model is spin of the nuclei. Motivated from the spin motion of atom, spin motion of nucleus is considered. And this spin cannot be explained by liquid drop model. Thank you. If any question,
Any query? Any question from the side of participants? If there any query?
I will be happy to answer if any question.
I think no query is there. Okay. Now, in this lecture, that is based on liquid draw model of the nucleus, Dr. Anil Kumar has discussed the different peculiar properties of the nucleus, like size, shape, volume, density, and the constituents of the nucleus. He explained the very important empirical formula which is used for the determination of the radius of the nucleus or nuclear size. He has explained the stability of nucleus and the forces that are responsible for the stability of the nucleus. Dr. Anil Kumar has explained very well the peculiar properties of the nuclear forces. What are the different properties of the nuclear forces? How nuclear forces acts among the nucleons of the nucleus. He has explained the similarities between nucleus and the liquid drop in a very systematic manner, and he had discussed the winding energy of the nucleus and the different terms that contributes to the winding energy of a nucleus. He has explained a very important curve, that is binding energy curve, on the basis of liquid drop model, and this curve is very important, which describes the stability of a particular nucleus. Dr. Anil Kumar has explained the success of the liquid draw model, and what are the success, what are the superiority of this model, and what are the merits of this model. He has explained in a very well manner. He has also explained the limitations or failure of a liquid draw model. What are the liquids? What are the failures of this model? And I think this talk will be proved very beneficial and the tonic for UG and PG students, and also for those who are preparing for national eligibility test, state level eligibility test, GATE, and so on. With these remarks, I would like to thank Dr. Anil Kumar for being a part of this 5 days National Physics Lecture Series 2021. And I hope that the participants would be benefited by this lecture series of physics, which was based on nuclear physics, particle physics, or subatomic physics. During this 5 days series, we have arranged some experts of subatomic physics or nuclear physics or particle physics. Dr. Bhavna Joshi from Greater Noida, Gautam Buddha University, Greater Noida. Dr. Mrityunjay Sarma sir from Rishikesh. Dr. Richa Gehlot from Chandravadani, Tiri Garhwal. Dr. Nitu Pandey from Tarwadi, Champavat, and Dr. Anil Kumar from Hindu College, Muradabad, for this series. And I would like, once again, I would like to thank all the participants and our esteemed resource persons for being the part of this series. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saab.
Okay, good night, sir.
To you all and all participants.
Thank you, sir.